Your final words to our audience?
So maybe my final thing would be to ask your students or whoever's watching to kind of reframe how they think about themselves a little bit. So when we think about something like habits, what we think about is habits are things that in some sense position you within your environment relative to flows of energy, information, material, resources that can serve your needs, right? So if you think about this room, for instance, it's organized in a way that keeps the sun, relatively at bay, the wind at bay, gives me a certain amount of light. I position my books in a way where I can reach them if needs be. Everything is organized in such a way that it's optimized so that the flow towards me in this room serves my job, right, let's say. What happens is that a lot of the time we end up misaligned where the flow of some particular thing is either excessive or deficient, right? So think about us on our phones these days, right? The flow of information is too much and we're getting some sort of digital overdose. If you think about habits in this way, I think it's, first of all, an interesting reframe, but it also speaks to the idea that what we're looking for a lot of the time is a kind of balance, right? How can I position myself in my environment such that I'm open to the things I need to be open to and relatively closed from the things that I need to be closed? And the way shaping approach is about that. It's about helping you think about that, about designing your environment to support that. It's about understanding that as we move through our environments, whether it's over the course of a day, a week, a month, a year, and as we move through the spaces in which we act, we're always continually kind of refreshing this possibility of moving slightly differently, right? If I position things in this room tomorrow, I might come back and act differently because of that repositioning. And that's, I think, something to keep in mind and start to play with and start to see that you are really immersed in these really fascinating flows all of the time. And what you're trying to do is regulate your relationship to them. And I think we can learn to do that a lot better.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
for your time.